What happens when the system just breaks? When the rules that have held everything together for centuries are suddenly ignored? You know the rule. Congress controls the money. It's called the power of the purse. It's supposed to be the ultimate check on a president's power. But what if the White House thinks they've found a way around it? A back door they can use to fund the entire military with or without permission. Tonight, we're not just talking about another government shutdown. We're talking about a move so bold that experts on the Constitution are already sounding the alarm. The White House is preparing to go rogue, and you need to understand what that means. All right, let's break this down. The situation starts with something we've seen before. A looming government shutdown. Congress is stuck. The deadline to fund the government is almost here. If they fail, federal workers get sent home without pay. National parks close. Everything slows down. But our military men and women, they're considered essential. They have to stay at their posts all around the world. The problem is, during a shutdown, their paychecks can be delayed. Imagine standing guard on the other side of the planet, wondering if your family can buy groceries. It's a terrible situation. This time, however, the White House says it has a solution, a plan. But this plan doesn't involve negotiating. It involves bypassing Congress completely. Sources are confirming that the White House is getting ready to move money around on its own. They plan to take unspent money from research and development funds and use it to pay the military salary. Let me repeat that. Money that was set aside by law for new technology, for scientific research, for keeping America's military edge, is about to be used as a personal piggy bank to cover payroll. Now, the administration's defense sounds good on the surface. The House Speaker says the president has the right to move money inside the Department of Defense to protect national security. Their argument is simple. We can't let our troops be used as political pawns. We have to pay them. End of story. Who could argue with that? But this is where we have to look deeper. This is where things get dangerous. This isn't just about a budget. This is about the separation of powers. Article 1, Section 9 of the Constitution is very clear. It says no money can be spent from the Treasury unless Congress passes a law saying it's okay. In simple terms, Congress, and only Congress, decides how our tax dollars are spent. The president can't just decide that money for a new fighter jet should be used for something else. Every dollar has a purpose assigned by law. By moving this money, the White House isn't just bending the rules. They're threatening to break them. Lawmakers are already calling this an illegal power grab. They're asking if a president can do this once, what stops them from doing it again? Think about what this could lead to. If the White House can just move money around whenever it wants, then what's the point of Congress even having a budget? It would mean any president from any party could fund whatever they want by just raiding other government programs without a single vote. This is exactly what the founders were afraid of. They designed the Constitution to prevent this much power from ending up in the hands of one person. And let's not forget where this money is coming from. Those R&D funds are for crucial projects. They're for developing hypersonic missiles, for creating new AI for intelligence, for designing better armor to protect our troops. Taking from that fund solves a short-term problem, but it could create a long-term national security risk. Now, zoom out, because this isn't happening in a bubble. In the last 24 hours, the president declared an all-out economic war with China, hitting them with a 100% tariff. The markets are already reacting. At the same time, the president confirmed a U.S. military strike off the coast of Venezuela that killed 6 people. So you have an economic war escalating and military action in our own hemisphere. And now you have the White House willing to challenge the U.S. Constitution to get its way at home. It paints a picture of an administration that sees rules and laws as suggestions, as obstacles to get around. So what does this mean for you? It means uncertainty. The foundation of our economy is stability. It's the belief that we are a nation of laws. When that belief gets shaken, it spooks investors. It sends a shockwave through the economy. A shutdown, even if the military gets paid this way, will still disrupt everything. We won't get key economic data. We'll be flying blind. So we're left with a huge, dangerous question. Is this a smart move to protect our soldiers from political games? Or is this a constitutional red line being crossed, a power grab that will have consequences for years to come? This isn't a political issue. This is about the structure of our government, and the choice being made right now will set a precedent we may all have to live with. So I need to know what you think. Is this an illegal overreach or a necessary move? Let me know in the comments below. And if you believe these stories are too important to ignore, then help me get this information out there. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next update. We'll be tracking this by the minute. Stay informed. Stay vigilant. I'll see you next time.